all aboard, or actually don't get aboard, because I am going to talk about the 2 worst cruise ships made by Holland America Cruise Line. So these are the 2 cruise ships that you want to avoid. These are old cruise ships and they are lacking in entertainment. And those 2 cruise ships are the Volendam and the Zaandam. So these are the 2 oldest cruise ships that you do not want to sail with if you are new to cruising with Holland America Cruise Line. I'm going to talk about why these cruise ships are the worst ones and talk about the best cruise ships that you should go on with Holland America Cruise Line. Okay. The 2 cruise ships to avoid are the Volendam and the Zaandam. And by the way, if you thought this video was helpful, please subscribe below. Okay, so the Volendam and the Zaandam are the 2 oldest ships made by Holland America Cruise Line. The Volendam was made in 2000, so more than 20 years old. And the Zaandam is the oldest Holland America cruise ship, and it was made in 1999. Now, these cruise ships were refurbished. The Volendam was refurbished in 2018, so basically given a little makeover. And the Zaandam was also refurbished in 2019. So fairly recently, but an old cruise ship is an old cruise ship. You can only do so much. Both of these cruise ships by Holland America are also relatively small. They hold 1,432 passengers. So they're smaller than the newer cruise ships, which means they might be a little bit rockier as well if you are prone to seasickness. Both of these cruise ships are also what they call the Rotterdam class cruise ships on Holland America. And that means that they're the worst class of cruise ships. The nicest class of Holland America cruise ships are the Pinnacle class cruise ships, which is the Koningsdam, the New Statendam, and the New Rotterdam. Very, very confusing that you want to avoid the Rotterdam class ships, but the New Rotterdam is ironically their newest ship and the nicest in my opinion. But basically avoid the Volendam and the Zaandam because they are the oldest Holland America cruise ships. On these cruise ships, you will also find very, very little entertainment. So Holland America as it is doesn't have much in the way of entertainment on board. But the Volendam and the Zaandam really don't have entertainment. So they don't have the BB King's Blues Club, which in my opinion is one of the best things. Actually, it is the best thing to do on a Holland America cruise ship at night. The BB King's Blues Club is fun. They have really good music and dancing, but it does not exist on the Volendam or the Zaandam. There's also no Rolling Stone rock room, and there's no dueling piano bar. So there's not much to do. You can get a drink, you can play cards, you can sit by the pool, you can go to the show at night, which they do have at the World Stage, and you can, let's see, get drunk, play cards, grab a drink, lay by the pool. Not much to do in summary on the Volendam and the Zaandam. It does have some things though. It does have the casino, so you can gamble away. It does have Exploration Central with the little coffee shop and like a nice view of the water and nice chairs. It does have the World Stage with shows. It does have the Greenhouse Spa, which you can pay extra for. It does have the fitness center, and the Volendam and the Zaandam do have pickleball courts. So there are some things to do, but not much. So in summary, basically avoid the Volendam and the Zaandam if you are cruising with Holland America Cruise Line, especially if you haven't cruised with Holland America before. I think you'll be really, really disappointed if you go on either of these cruise ships, as they are the oldest cruise ships by Holland America. If you're new to Holland America, book a cruise on one of their newest Pinnacle class ships. I think you'll be way, way happier. I personally have never been on the Volendam because I would be bored. My mom has sailed on the Volendam, and actually a lot of people on that cruise ship got sick. Part of it might have been where she was going, but it's also an older cruise ship with worse ventilation. So if you do happen to cruise on the Volendam or the Zaandam, I would definitely pay for a balcony room just so that you can open up your windows should you need to. Again, if you have any questions, leave a comment below. And if you thought this video was helpful about Holland America Cruise Line, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. It completely makes my day. Thanks, guys.